The last time our two teams will be in this conference. It was a tough way to start for us. Obviously, you can't make mistakes against a team of that quality and expect to get away with it in the first innings. I thought that Svetlana Gutierrez certainly didn't deserve to give up the 5 runs that she gave up. She pitched well enough to win the game, had 10 strikeouts against a potent offense, and pitched great. But, like I tell the team, we've got to find ways to learn from the adversity today. Obviously, it was tough. I mean, in their backyard with a good crowd, they were always supporting them. I thought that, we had a couple of opportunities there. Reese Atwood hit an absolute bullet to center field that Coleman almost misplayed, but made a great recovery, and that's what she does all too often, especially against us, it seems. But, she made the play, and we didn't make the plays. And this is a game of inches, and that's what happens. And so we've got to kind of find a way to recoup from that, learn from it, and be ready to go for the postseason.
Questions?
Mike, obviously you guys got him twice in Austin. Just maybe was there anything different about today, or is it just as simple as you made a few extra plays?
It was mistakes. It was defense. Really. I'd like to see it. And truthfully, I think a couple of the hits given up. I think Svetlana, and she's the one probably made a couple of mistakes there to pitches in big situations. And again, we'll go back, review it. We'll take a look at that and see what adjustments they made. But kudos to them. That's what you do. Good teams make the most of the mistakes that have happened with pitching, and that's what they did.
Mike, how difficult was Maxwell today to try to work against?
Well, yeah, she's got a lot of different stuff, and it seems like every time you face her, she's throwing something a little bit different out there, different speeds, different movement. They're using effective velocity pretty well. So she's tough, without a doubt.
I'm sure it's tough to think about it in a loss, but you throw 10 Ks, just kind of what was working for you and how can you carry that into the postseason?
I think going into the game, I was fully confident in myself, just going in knowing how good we are and just trusting my defense and offense, and definitely just mixing speeds. They're a team that adjusts very fast, so you got to keep them off balance, and also just working with the strike zone, just working with what he's giving me.
For both of you, when you go into postseason, how nice is it to prepare for new teams, to scout new teams, and just is it refreshing to see new faces, to scout new teams?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's kind of exciting just seeing new faces. I mean, we play every team in the conference multiple times, so it's nice seeing a new face, a new team, especially for hosting regionals. Just them coming to our home grounds and having our home advantage. There we go.
Coach, for you, just to see new faces and just put together a new scouting report, get someone new?
Sometimes it can be difficult. You face a team like St. Francis. I think that's who we faced first game last year, and it's there's not much information on there because most of us use synergy programs that are out there with a lot of video, and you can just pull it up. But so it becomes a little more of a challenge. But we go back to the old school, the old ways. Using the phone and calling people. But it is kind of refreshing. But also there's some pressure there too, because pretty much just about every team in the postseason is going to have at least one good quality pitcher, and that's when things get a little more difficult.
Let me switch gears. When you're familiar with a team like Oklahoma, when you look at their batting order, what 1 or 2 names on that batting order you look at and say these are the 2 toughest outs on this roster?
Well, Kenzie Hansen, definitely for sure. She's always been that one that's stepped up in the big moments over the years, and she cuts her swing down. She knows when to go for it, when to cut down, and just drive the ball like she did tonight. Those first couple of runs, I think she got a nice little hit the other way into the gap. And then of course Jada Coleman's always kind of been that thorn on our side. I remember we were up 2 runs and she got the home run to tie the game in Oklahoma a couple of years ago. So those are the ones that are, and she can do multiple things too. It's not just one-dimensional hit home runs or whatever. But those are 2. I mean, you could name the whole lineup if you want, but the kid at the bottom does a great job too. She finds ways to get on base.
Mike, you obviously both these teams have a great chance of being really highly seeded tomorrow when those pairings come out. How do you feel like those top 3 shake out in the Big 12 with how high they've got a chance to be?
Yeah, that's a good question. You just never know. There's always the RPI and the now KPI, and now there's always the human factor behind the doors that you don't know quite what they're going to do. But you look at the volume of work. If it's truly about volume of work throughout the year, with our ranking from RPI number 1 throughout the season, and having played a tough schedule in a tough conference, it'd be tough not to put us in the top 3 or 4 for sure, and hopefully number 1. I mean, I don't know what they're going to decide to do. I mean, even though we lost tonight, I think that our volume of work, if that's what they're going to call it, and who we played and how tough this schedule we played, I think it'd be tough to pass us up.
As good as you guys, Oklahoma State and OU's been this season, just when you talk about coming into the Big 12 when you did, coming out of the Pac-12, whenever you did, and leaving the Big 12 and going to the SEC, is it better now than whenever you came? Are you leaving it better than whenever you came in?
Yes, I think so. I mean, you look at this year, I mean, there's more parity within the conference. I think UCF's going to become a better squad over the years. I think BYU showed they can beat anybody. They got some power up there. They just need a little more depth in pitching. Houston obviously beat us. They got an 8-run inning on us. So that makes it exciting. It's better than having just 1 or 2 teams, trying to dominate. So I think with Arizona State coming in, I think Utah is right coming in, and Arizona. That's going to add in 3 quality clubs. So obviously you see what Utah has been doing. I don't know what happened today with their Pac-12 conference. I think it's going on right now. But they've shown that they're a quality team over time.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.